Hi, this is Happy Bird from happybirdsglitternest.blogspot.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make these really cute little Christmas tree ornaments. Now, it may have room for like a little small candy cane or something in here, but that's pretty much about it because these are ornaments. And I do have a pattern that I made for you, so I'll be sure and let you know how to access that in the next part of my video. Now I love these because you can dress them up, you can dress them down, make them kind of fancy, make them rustic, make them fun, anything that you'd like to do. And these were so easy to put together. And as you can tell, I made this faux fur here a little wider, this one not quite so wide, so you can do anything you want. And you're not going to believe what I used for this faux fur. I found this at the Dollar Tree, hanging in the tool section. It's super soft microfiber cloth. I guess you're supposed to use it on cars. And this was $1. It was really nice. So I picked up a couple of these. So stay tuned and I'll show you exactly what you'll need to put these little stockings together. And by the way, when you have the chance, check out my friend Stephie's Beads and Baubles. She has a new YouTube channel and she does some beautiful work with felt and sequins. And she makes some really cute ornaments. So I'll be sure and list her YouTube channel in the first comment below. Just click on it and it'll take you right there. So with that said, I'll show you how to do this. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is print out the pattern that I made for you. Don't cut off this part. This is just to give you an idea of roughly how wide the fur needs to be at the top. And all you're going to do is just rough cut one of these and take some double-sided Scotch tape and tape that paper pattern onto a piece of cereal box cardboard, okay? And then just cut it out. And then you'll have a little pattern that looks like this to use. Okay. Let me set some things aside. Now, I bought this pretty pink flannel at Walmart. They have them for 23 cents each right now, at least at my Walmart they do. And they also have these in blue as well. And that's where I bought this. Okay? Alright. So I'm going to take advantage of the fact that there's a straight line here at the top. And I'm going to take a pen, since a pencil is a little too light for me to see here on this felt. Now this is a black pen, but I'm not going to make it super dark. I'm just going to kind of sketch right here around the line. And I'll show you how you can kind of help hide that line anyway. I did the same thing with a blue one, and it turned out perfectly. Okay, so it looks like that. So I'm just going to fold it in half, because we need two pieces. So I'm just going to cut like this. And set this aside. And then cut this down the middle here. Okay, make sure it's lined up at the top, right here. And I'm going to use some pins here. These are just some little pins with pearls at the top. And I just want to make sure that this is going to stay together. Put one here near the heel, and then one here near the toe. I better put it this way. Just like that. I just want to make sure it stays in one spot. And then I'm just going to start cutting, but I'm going to try to cut on the inside of this line as much as I can. I'm taking my time, going slow, and if there's a little bit of that pen mark left, that's fine. I'll show you, like I said, what we'll do towards the end of making the stocking. And take your time cutting. It'll really make the difference. Taking my little scissors and just snipping off little pieces here and there. Okay, so now I'm going to take these pens out because I'm going to take this and flip this around so those pen marks are on the inside. And if it's not 100% perfect, don't worry about it. Like I said, we're going to be doing other things to this stocking. I'm going to pin it again. One at the top, one around the heel, and one right here on the toe. Okay, there we go. Now, I'm going to be using, where'd my needle go? Hold on for just a second, please. Okay, sorry about that. So I'm using this really pretty white thread that's almost a shiny pearlescent look to it. And it's embroidery floss, I should say. And I'm going to pull out about, I don't know, maybe 25 inches or so. I'm just kind of estimating here. And I always like to cut off more than I'm going to use because I don't like to have to start again in the middle of my project by cutting more thread. So I'm using these size 10 tapestry needles, and you can find them at Walmart. Oh, excuse me, I said 10, I meant 20. Size 20 tapestry needle. And I'm going to hold these together and attempt to thread this needle. I had it upside down. I told you I can't see. I used to be able to thread needles in a snap. I remember doing it for my grandmother because she couldn't see to thread a needle. Now I'm the one that needs the help. She would give me all the colors that she wanted threaded on all these needles, and I would talk to her because I loved talking to my grandma and back then, and I'd be threading all these needles for her, and it would just thrill her. Okay, let me do that again. I'm going to hold them very close to the end like this and flatten them. And okay, that's better. I've got them through. Can you believe it? All right. And the reason why I don't, use like 3 at a time or something like that is I don't want to mess with that. I don't do well. I usually end up with a big tangled mess. So I'm going to leave a lot of thread hanging off the end here because I don't like my needle to slip out. It's a real pain to have to thread it again, at least for me it is. Okay, so I'm just going to tie this in a knot or two. Not real worried about the knot showing a little bit, simply because at the very end of this we'll be doing something where you won't see this knot at all. Okay, so for now we're going to just open this up at the top. Well, first of all, decide, do you want your stocking facing this way or this way? I kind of like it this way, I think. So I'm going to start here. And I'm just going to do it on the inside, so the knot will be on the inside. But like I said, this is just to hold on for now, temporarily. You won't be able to see that knot at all towards the very end. Okay, now I'm just going to make stitches that are fairly uniform in size and fairly even. I'm going to take my time. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just do the best you can. This is supposed to be shabby chic, not shabby perfect. And so it adds a little bit of old-fashioned charm to this when it looks neat but not perfect. And I'm just going up and down, making little, what I call little pearl-like type knots. If you want to make your stitches longer, you can certainly do that. And I'm just going to go all the way around. And of course I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me do the entire thing, but I will do a few stitches. And you can do this while you're sitting down watching your favorite TV show or movie, or listening to music. It's totally up to you. I do a lot of my crafts lately to the Hallmark Christmas movies. I really look forward to those every year. Actually twice a year, because they have their Christmas in July Christmas movies that come out too. Okay, I went a little far on that one, but that's okay. I can always go back like this. And, whoop. No, don't do that. Like that, okay. And then move forward. Now, if you do happen to run out of thread, I don't think you will if you cut off 25 inches like I showed you, but if you do, just start again just like we started here on the inside. Yeah, see, I went a little far on that one, so I'll back stitch like here. Right here, I mean. Okay, and then move forward. And then if you want to, like I said, you can make the longer stitches. You don't have to be in like a little pearl type shape, but that's just what I decided to do. Okay, so I think I'm going to finish the rest of this all the way around off camera. I don't want to bore you too much, so I'm going to go all the way around. When I get to here, then I'll come back and I'll show you what else we're going to do. Okay, I'm not quite to the end yet, but I did want to show you something. Let's say you're stitching and your embroidery floss kind of wants to curl up like that. I just make sure the needle is touching the table, and then I just kind of pick it up and just kind of let it twirl and untwist on its own without the needle falling off. Okay, there we go. And then I just continue stitching. Okay. Okay, so as you can see, we've come to the end right here. So I am just going to open this up and put a little hot glue right here, just a touch, right on top of this thread in the middle. So that way I can just cut it off. Now I'm going to be covering up the top part here anyway. And I'm going to do the same thing here. Cut that knot off that I started with and put a little hot glue in its place. And that will hold the thread as well, of course. Okay. Alright. So now I'm going to take out the pins. Here. Alright. Oh, I forgot to tell you. To help put this thread on here, because it did slip when I was doing this, I took some 28 gauge wire, and you can use the cheap floral wire or anything. And I just bent a piece of wire in half and slipped it on this floss, and then just took the two wires and pulled the floss through with the wires. So that did help. Okay, so I purchased this super soft microfiber cloth from the Dollar Tree. It's 16 inches by 24 inches, right here. It's nice and soft, it looks real furry. And so that's what I used to put around the boot. I picked up two of these. And I just cut a strip, I'd say maybe let's see, roughly how much? About 1 3/4 of an inch. And so I'm just going to rough cut this, a strip of this. So many different things you can make with this. I was thinking you could cut this into strips and wrap it around a shower curtain ring or a candy cane like I showed you how to do. Only make this Shabby Chic style, real kind of like a Shabby Chic glam type style. Wrap it in fur. Put bling on it. You could use this for Santa's beard if you're going to make a felt ornament, or maybe a lamb ornament, or a llama or a llama, however you say it, ornament. I'm going to cut the edge off too, so we don't want that there. And you don't need this huge long piece. I'm just doing it because I'm going to make a couple of these little stockings here. Okay. So let's see. we want this up slightly higher than the top here. Not much, just slightly higher. Okay. So I think I'm going to cut this off about here. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by wrapping this here, right here on the edge, in the front, right on the very edge. So I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue here. And I'm going to put it right here. Hold on for just a second. My daughter-in-law's calling me. Okay, so sorry. She didn't know I was recording, so. Alrighty, so I'm just going to put just a small amount of glue here. That. And I'm just going to come on around with it like that, see? And then right here, I'm going to come up here on the edge and just bring that on up. Now I'm just going to let this cool for a second, and then I'll trim that right off with this, like that. It might need just a teeny tiny bit more glue right here, and that's fine. Just kind of push it up, and then once you do that, just kind of fluff up the microfiber, and then you really can't see it all that much, see? Just kind of fluff it up. Okay, there we go. Make sure you get this. I'm going to glue this down a little bit. This detail glue gun is wonderful for this type of work. All right. So it looks good. We got it cleaned up here. Yeah. Okay. So now you see the inside here, like that. We're just gonna come in with this and just put a real light stripe of glue here. Okay, so now when we open it, gotta make sure it's dried before I do that, huh? Okay. And you can put a little candy cane in here if you want and hang it up, or maybe even a $5 bill or something like that. I wouldn't put it all the way down the toe. You're going to have trouble getting it out unless you have a really long finger. This is more for an ornament than anything else, but okay. Now, if you want, you can go around the edges here. There's a little tiny bit of that pen mark here. And you can cut it off, see? Voila, it's gone. And you can do that all the way around. Just like this. And really, there's not a lot to be done, but just a little bit. Just like so. Okay, so we have our little Santa thing. Now we're going to decorate it. Now you can decorate it a multitude of ways. You can dress it up, you can dress it down, you can put a fancy little button, or in my case, this lace that I bought from one of my favorite lace sellers. And yes, I will put his link on my blog. Just click on the picture of the stocking and his link will be right there. And I paid, for 10 pieces, I paid $1.59 plus free shipping. But it does take about 6 weeks to come, but it's worth the wait once you get your stuff. Now sometimes you might find one that maybe is a little off-center, like in the middle or something like that. That's fine. I just peel it right off and hot glue it in the center, and it's fine. I've done that a few times, but it's worth doing it. Like maybe you see this rhinestone might be a little bit off compared to the others. Just peel it right off, put a little hot glue and stick it where it's supposed to be, and it's fine. And to me it's worth it because these are so pretty. And it doesn't bother me having to do that. Now you can, like I said, you can make this playful. This is a little wooden button that I ordered. Actually, several wooden buttons from one of my favorite sellers. And I just put a coat of triple thick on this. You could put a little hot glue. You could put it here. Make it really cute. And then decorate this part with rhinestones and pearls. Or you can make it really pretty, like I said, with something like this. Or you can even take like a Christmas charm and put it on a little jump ring and just give one little stitch around that jump ring to hold it, that charm right here at the top. And you can give these away as ornaments, and if you decorate this part, of course, you know they can always choose to keep the little charm here, or they can just easily snip it off with a pair of scissors and use the charm as a necklace. It's up to them. So there's a lot of different things you can do with this. Alright, so I think I'm going to decorate this with these Dollar Tree gems and these Dollar Tree pearls. Now these are sticky back. I would recommend laying them out in a pattern that you want, maybe on this cardboard, just to kind of give you an idea where you want to place these rhinestones, and then just use that as a guide. Because if you try to stick these on here, it's going to end up a mess when you pull them off because of the sticky back. It'll pull the felt and create little fuzzies on it. You don't want that. And it's kind of a pain to peel off the sticky part on each and every little rhinestone. So I'm just kind of using the first one I made as a guide as to where I want to place these rhinestones. So using my Bonder mini detail hot glue gun. And yes, I'll put a link to where I purchased this on my blog as well. I'm sorry I can't put any outside links on my actual video below, but I don't want to go against YouTube's policy and risk my videos or my channel being taken down. Okay. Okay, and And put these on. Now if you want to skip this part, you can. But I'm just kind of showing you how I'm laying these out. I'm trying to go, like I said, by this over here. And I'll just continue to do this. I'm not going to bore you guys and do the whole thing on camera. But I just kind of wanted to give you an idea of what I was doing. And you don't have to use the Dollar Tree gems. Walmart has some really pretty 6mm rhinestones. But it's totally up to you. So I'm just going to continue putting these on here, using this as a guide over here. And I'll be back when I'm finished. Okay, so we're finished with this part. So I'm going to take one of my pieces of lace trim here. And cut off any little stray pieces that I might see. And that looks pretty good right there. So some hot glue on the back. And place it right here in the middle. Okay, so now I'm just going to take a piece of ribbon, and I'll probably use the organza necklace ribbon like I used here. It's a very strong organza ribbon I bought from Fire Mountain Gems. It's actually made to use on necklaces. So I'll go ahead and do that. Okay. And for those of you who are interested in this very strong organza lace, not lace, organza ribbon, this is called 1/4 inch organza ribbon, and it's on the Fire Mountain Gem website. It's not called anything special, it's just called that. And they use this, of course, in necklaces. So I put mine on the first one like this because I figured you could take a little metal Christmas tree hook, just hang it like that. Alright, so that's kind of what I'm doing here. I'm going to put this about like that, and I'm going to cut part of this off though, of course. I'm going to put just the tiniest amount of hot glue right here on the back part, on the inside, and then put that right here. And you might want to use a little rubber spatula to kind of press that against here like that. And the reason why I'm telling you that is because when I put this on, I burned the heck out of myself. Okay. I think that will be enough right there. I don't want to close the top part till I know it's completely dry because I don't want the felt glued together. It's getting there. Blow on it. Yeah, okay. See, then you'd hang it like this on a hook and it would look really cute on your Christmas tree. Alrighty. So this is what we have. And like I said, you can either dress it up or dress it down. It's completely up to you. And I think they turned out pretty cute. And like I said, you know, this isn't perfect around here. I made little larger stitches here and little tiny ones here. You can decide which ones you want to do. And I hope you give this a try because, like I said, I think they turned out cute. The fur is a little wider on this one, not quite wide as on that one, but you know what? That doesn't matter. These are homemade and ornaments, and they turned out cute. And like I said, this is not shabby perfect. This is shabby chic. So you take care, and God bless each and every one of you. And I will see you soon. Bye-bye.